This isn't an April Fool's joke. We're having the radio show today on Easter. You ready for it, Woz?
Yeah, should be good. There's no one here. Oh, beautiful. Easter Sunday. You never know, something like that.
We got 10 seconds, Woz. Mics?
Cameras.
Oh, we're gonna look. Well, let's play.
The workplace is bad 8 seconds.
I had a dream that I was in Buffalo last night. I woke up exhausted. Only on NR92, the station.
How you doing, Woz?
You're listening to Soccer Sunday here on NR92, discussing everything within the beautiful game, from match previews to transfers to the World Cup.
All right, welcome to Soccer Sunday here on NR92. Well, we got a beautiful clip of Mr. Zlatan right here to start off the show.
Throwing his body in, it's going to fall for Ibrahimovic! Oh, come on! Come on! LAFC have just been Zlatan. Welcome to Major League Soccer. Take a bow. Sensational. Did you think he was going to live up to the billing? Of course he did. Out of this world.
That was the commentary over Zlatan Ibrahimovic's opening goal in the MLS on his debut.
Won the league within the first few
Basically,
minutes there, yeah.
how many minutes was he on before he took the shot?
He came on in the 70th.
And when he scored?
Like literally right after that happened.
Yeah,
my
it was
God.
it was like maybe
It's
5
ridiculous.
minutes, yeah.
Welcome to the MLS.
Welcome to Zlatan.
It's the Zlatan League now.
Yeah. I love this quote after the game. He was like, they were chanting my name, so I decided to give them the full Zlatan effect. And I think he more than did that.
I mean, it looks like Giovinco now has maybe some competition for that Golden Boot race.
It'd be interesting to see the two of them go head to head. Very, very different strikers.
Personally, I feel like Zlatan's going to blow it out of the water. Like,
if he continues this, I'm really looking forward to seeing his next game on.
Well, he'll probably start that.
I mean, his header to win the game as well was pretty.
Yeah, from Ashley Cole's cross, yeah.
Is there a better debut than that?
Oh,
Marcus Rashford had a good debut.
That's true, very true.
2 goals there against Man City, right?
I think it was Man City
Yeah,
on
it
his
was
debut.
Manchester
Beautiful.
derby, yeah.
I mean, is anyone really surprised though? It's Zlatan.
It's Zlatan. He's done it everywhere he's gone.
he talks the talk.
And he
is the lion.
He is, yeah.
It's what Zlay, ZLA or something. How do they say it?
They said NLZ or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, welcome to.
Basically, all we're saying is it's Zlatan's league. He's won the league.
I think that the MLS needed this. It was exciting, but now it's like
It's next level.
Zlatan takes it to the pinnacle.
I don't know, we were saying last week, will he have the effect he has there then like Beckham did? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
I think we were saying there was
in the highlights that were released onto YouTube, within the first day, 10 million views.
huge. Like, they're reaching a global scale now.
I feel like Beckham helped like grow the sport in America and like the league, but I think Zlatan's gonna take the excitement level to.
Yeah, Beckham established it.
Yeah.
And now Zlatan's here to bring it to the highest level.
So anyways, that's basically what happened in the MLS,
Yeah,
right?
that's
Did anything else happen really? Anything major?
I wasn't able to watch anything, so.
I think.
Well, I mean, it's cool that they have a LA derby now.
Yeah, that's true.
Traffic, they were calling it.
My
Yeah, and the LAFC, the newcomers to the league, they were up 2-0, was it?
It was 3-0, I think.
3-0.
Yeah, no, they were up 3-0,
So,
and then.
Zlatan happened.
Well, I think didn't like one of the regulars score a goal for.
Yeah, because it was 3-1 when Zlatan came
Yeah.
on. He scored the last two. But it was
Well,
interesting.
Mexican international Carlos Vela plays for.
Yeah, and he scored a
LAFC. He scored his
fantastic
first
goal.
goal too.
Yeah,
Very good clinical finish as well.
Really
so.
good goal.
Anyways, I think did that overshadow everything else on the MLS? Do we have anything else?
Yeah. MLS this week was Zlatan.
Anything from the Canadian clubs?
Toronto's getting ready for their CONCACAF game against Club America from Mexico.
Yeah, this Tuesday, I think 8:30 local time.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Well, 8:30 in our time, Western time.
But they already beat Tigres, which was astounding in my opinion. Because, I think Tigres are a very good team. it's interesting to see if they could do it again.
Why can't they?
Yeah, if they can play the right way.
If anyone doesn't know what this CONCACAF thing is, it's basically the North American Champions League with North American teams.
The American
Yeah.
American teams, Canadian and Mexican teams all come together and they have a tournament to see who's number one on the continent.
And no MLS team has ever won this tournament. It's
Mhm.
always been Mexican teams.
Yeah.
So there are 2 MLS teams in the semifinal, Toronto and New York Red Bulls. And then we said Club America is in the semifinal against Toronto, and New York Red Bulls play against Chivas Guadalajara.
Guadalajara?
Yeah, I messed up that
What other
pronunciation.
nations are involved in this tournament?
So
Any
just-
other.
So there's Central American countries, so
Mhm.
like Costa Rica nation,
Oh, okay.
and other Caribbean nations, I believe.
But they don't really.
Yeah, they didn't really make
See,
it.
Costa
too
Rica,
far.
they just care about the World Cup.
They just have a national
They'll
team.
go deep in the World Cup, but
Yeah.
like 24. Anyways, so
Let's shift our focus.
to the big league.
Premier League.
Who doesn't love some good English football?
Not many people.
Yeah, I mean, it's been
Yeah.
all. It's either you love it or you hate it.
I think most people love it, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, honestly,
But,
a lot of big games this weekend.
Yeah.
that's for sure.
it was, and you know what, it's really
A
interesting.
lot
to
of
see.
great goals. Unfortunately, on radio, you can't show the goals, but
Yeah.
Well, we can talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try
Close
to
enough.
immerse you guys, yeah.
So let's start with the first game of the weekend, which was Liverpool versus Crystal Palace at 5:30 a.m. kickoff
Yeah.
for us.
I said Crystal Palace would win. I was wrong.
Luckily, that didn't happen in
2-1
predictions.
2-1 Liverpool.
and Liverpool, they have a bad history against Crystal, right, Lucas?
Oh yeah, I'd rather not talk about it.
So
Yeah.
It was good to get that win.
It was,
It was a ugly win, but they got
It was
it
a
in the
win,
end.
right?
weren't they down to 1-0?
Yeah, they were down 1-0.
So.
Karius kind of overcommitted and took out Zaha.
Mhm.
And then it was Milivojevic who took the penalty, and he scored. There was a controversy in the game, though. Mane dived in the box, and he got a yellow card.
Mhm.
Later in the game, he thought he got fouled, but he didn't. He grabbed the ball, and the ref called a foul on Mane for grabbing the ball with his hand, but the ref didn't give him his
Should've
second
been a
yellow.
Second yellow, yeah.
It should have been a second yellow, but
It was an
luckily
intentional
Liverpool didn't get him sent off. He scored the equalizer earlier, before that.
Because that would have put him to miss the next game, right? And that would
Yeah.
be against who?
Everton.
And that's a crucial game for them, yeah.
But soon after that happened, Klopp subbed him off, and Salah got the game winner from a great pass from Robertson.
Classic Mohamed
No
Salah.
surprise from Mo.
Yeah, Mo Salah, he's now is it five goals behind the Premier League record.
Yeah, he's currently on 29 goals. Record is 34.
Is it 34?
Yeah.
I thought it was 31.
Alan Shearer and Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Some good company.
Yeah. So, isn't that one heck of a first-year signing? Let's be honest here. Like, that's
outstanding.
crazy.
You know, Lucas, I watched your video on your YouTube there about when he came to Liverpool, and you said that you think you could see him doing really well in the Liverpool system, and he's been outstanding. You know, that free-flowing attack just.
Yeah.
No, I agree. I thought, he was going to do well at Liverpool. I just didn't expect this impact.
I'll be honest, I didn't think he would score 30 goals.
No one did, so this is great.
Whenever it just all lines up
Yeah.
perfectly,
It's great for Liverpool, it's great for
good,
football, it's just great for,
Yeah,
just-
like he's having a huge impact on Egypt.
Yeah, exactly.
I read somewhere that in the Egypt election, like there's a million point
He got-
ballots
he
because they
got a
put
million-
Mohamed Salah.
He got 1 million votes in the Egyptian election, yeah.
And it gives some morale boost to Egypt and
Yeah.
Egyptian fans for the World Cup,
Yeah,
that's
you
for
know,
sure.
the-
So
I think a lot of people think they could possibly do something, which is it's
dark
exciting
horse,
to see.
definitely, yeah.
yeah.
So
I don't know. I think all this couldn't happen to a better person. He seems like
yeah,
such a nice
it's true.
guy,
And
very
I've heard
humble.
he does a lot of good things in the community, not just for Egypt but in Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's great. It's awesome.
So moving to another red team, Manchester United.
Solid 2-0 victory against Swansea.
Well, you say solid. It was kind of boring.
It was, the first
it was a
half was
Mourinho.
exciting. The second half, it was typical Mourinho. Hey, let's park the bus.
Yeah, you know.
Which
But-
it could have costed them crucial saves by David
Yeah.
De Gea.
Yeah, but hey,
Swansea gave it a go. Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez finally did something after 7 games. First goal in 7. Like,
You know, hey, this was it. Salah found his feet quickly.
Mhm.
Maybe it's gonna take
And then
a few weeks for
Lukaku
Sanchez.
scored his 100th Premier League goal, which is
Mhm.
great for club.
Really impressive by him.
Yeah.
We always criticize his goal scoring rate against the
Mhm.
top 6, but he does get the goals.
Yeah.
Even against the small
And
sides.
at his age, it's pretty
How old is he?
quite the accomplishment. He's around 24.
Ah, that's not bad. Yeah.
So, and I think David De Gea also picked up 100th clean sheet.
How good is David De Gea?
Oh, he's godlike.
I think he's your best player.
I wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, without him, who knows what you guys would be.
We'd probably
I
be like
remember when you
sixth.
guys first signed him, and his first handful of games in the
Yeah.
Premier League, and everyone was saying he wasn't good enough because he was too small and he was too
Mhm.
weak and too timid to go out and catch the ball against these big English defenders. And now you look at him and he's one of the greatest in the world, and it's outstanding how he's progressed under the United name.
I mean, Ferguson definitely saw something, and
Oh, yeah, totally.
you can never doubt Fergie.
Yeah.
Well, moving on.
Oh,
She's my Canada's tutor at me.
Oh, is
How do
she?
you
She's
know?
helping me study for my physics final.
Does she do it for free too?
Yes. Nate's learning
Where are
and
you
teaching
moving on to?
college tutoring service. Drop in or book an appointment.
I was gonna say, like,
online and
West-
register
just FYI, every like 10 break or whatever, I have to play commercials. So I have to play commercials 6:10, 6:20, 6:40, and 6:50.
Okay.
That's all. Yeah,
Wait, at 6:20? Or has it end by 6:20?
at 6:20. So like
it's not even 6:10?
it's 6:10, but I have to play one
That
commercial.
clock says
Yeah.
6:10, that one says 6:08.
But right here, this is the one that matters.
Okay, so just
Yeah.
pay attention to that
My
clock.
Yeah.
phone says 6:09. Actually, that clock up there is right. That one's wrong.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll pay attention to that clock.
Yeah, but like basically, there's like 3 commercials every 10-hour break.
Okay, so 6:20 is the next one. So
Yeah.
once we get close to that, stop talking.
At 6:20, I only have to play 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who are we? He said moving on to.
So we'll talk about West Ham Southampton because that's crucial in the relegation battle, and then we'll talk about Manchester City. Oh, actually, we'll briefly talk about the West Ham game, and then talk about Man City Everton because
And no 2 today.
yeah, because Man City Everton that could be a title decider.
Yeah.
We're going back on. So Lucas, you were just saying.
Okay, so next off, we'll talk about West Ham versus Southampton, a huge relegation battle, and West Ham pulled through with a 3-0 win against Southampton.
The team looked good on the field. The stands were still a bit of a mess. The fans are not on board right now.
There's stewards everywhere.
Yeah,
you can
there's
see
a
one
lot of
every like
security.
5 meters around the field.
But 3-0 win for West Ham. Marko Arnautovic. Did he score 1 or 2?
He scored 2.
2. And the first one was really good. The volley in the 6-yard box, really good. Yeah.
So that moves West Ham out of the bottom. Well, they were 17th, I think, and now they're 14th and 5 points off relegation.
It's crazy how one win can throw you like a quarter of the way off the table.
Like Southampton now, they're currently stuck. Even though they have a game in hand, they're still 18th with 28 points. They could hop ahead of Crystal Palace and Huddersfield with a win in the next game.
They can even go ahead of Swansea because Swansea's on 31 as well.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And they can go from 18th up to 14th
Yeah, it's
in
just
a win, right? But I mean, I think the bottom 3 that is right now is bottom 3 at the end of the season.
Yeah, it's tough to say if Southampton will have that reaction period with a new manager.
Mhm.
It didn't really happen with the game against West Ham.
Yeah.
So really, it's tough to say.
It's crazy that teams of the standard of Southampton, Stoke, and West Brom are in the bottom 3 of the Premier League. Southampton were like a top 5, top 6 challenging team a little while ago. They had like Adam Lallana and everyone in their ranks.
They just didn't really invest really well.
Yeah.
It maybe sold too much.
Yeah, they definitely sold too much to Liverpool. Yeah.
That's very true. But let's move on to a big game. Well, it wasn't not the biggest game of the weekend, but Everton versus Manchester City. And Manchester City dominated Everton, 3-1 victory.
No
one
surprise
more
there.
one more win for Manchester City, and it clinched the title.
And where will that win be, was?
Not at United.
Not at Old Trafford.
No, it won't. Okay, we're gonna.
Manchester
nope.
City wins the league next week at
Nope,
Old
not happening.
Trafford.
Mourinho will make sure that does not happen. It's gonna make up for us missing the Champions League or losing in the Champions League. That's.
Yeah.
But how impressive is this Manchester City team this season?
They're definitely one of the greatest ever Premier League
Didn't
teams.
Chelsea set the record for points last season?
No.
Or did,
No.
did they
That
tie
was
it?
the 04-05 team, I think.
Hmm.
So I think realistically they could probably break that record, Cafe City.
I mean, potentially. I don't think they really care about that record. I think
No.
they need to focus on the Champions League.
Yep.
Can they get past Liverpool and then go and try and win the entire tournament? I don't think they're good enough to win everything, but I think they're going to be really close to getting there.
Could we just stop and talk about that one crack for a match that was West Brom versus Burnley? and Ashley Barnes scoring a stunner of a goal.
Yeah.
Out of anyone, it was an amazing overhead kick. I was
Yeah.
like, it was so strange. I mean, if you haven't seen it, just go on YouTube, search up Ashley Barnes. Oh,
He's had a good season.
Stunning goal.
He's had a good season. And Burnley's had a fantastic season. Sean Dyche, their coach, has done wonders with a squad
Mhm.
of, more rough and tough kind of players. And it's good to see that there's a newcomer to the top
Yeah.
six.
And
Right?
they were just promoted last season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely challenging the mid-table club known as
Oh,
Arsenal.
yeah. They're looking, yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
Woz.
Arsenal
Make
TV.
all-
You gotta give that slight dick.
Make all of our Arsenal fans angry.
Yeah. Aiden Standards listening somewhere.
Sorry, standard, bud.
Yeah.
So, what else do we got here?
Well, today's game's the Premier
Oh, yeah,
League.
speaking of Arsenal, they did get a comfortable
Yeah.
win against Stoke City.
Yeah, well, Stoke are not in a great run of form.
It's good.
It's but good to see 2 goals from Aubameyang,
Mhm.
and a goal from Lacazette.
Yeah.
It's good to see the new boys finally maybe putting their mark on
A
Arsenal.
little too late in the season, but
Well, there's always next year when Wenger in.
hopefully it's gone for Arsenal fans' sake.
Well, you never know. He could win the Europa League again.
I mean,
yeah,
sure.
again.
good, yeah.
What else we had? We had this big Spurs match.
Yeah, going across
against
North
Chelsea.
London there,
And this brings into our first prediction from last week.
yeah.
So last week we all predicted this game and 2 other games as well.
Mhm.
But Chelsea versus Spurs, that game ended 3-1. A brace from Dele Alli. What do you guys think of that game?
It's
Christian Eriksen's goal was fantastic.
it was, yeah.
I feel like Caballero could have done better though.
Yeah, but
It's great technique. It was a great strike. I'm
Yeah.
just saying it was in the middle of the net.
It's Tottenham look good at times, but then when it comes down to like a title-winning game or a Champions League game, they're just not good enough. So my thing is, when do they become like a real team almost, right? But it's good to see them going against a team like Chelsea, who haven't had a great season. They're now in a Europa League spot, but it's good to see them fighting and getting big wins like that against English opposition.
who would have thought that Spurs would be the top London club at the time?
I think
Oh,
at the end of
2
last
years ago.
season,
2 years
Yeah,
ago,
true,
top London.
but-
yeah, at the end of last
Oh,
season,
never
you
mind.
could have said that because you could have looked at the players that they had and the players that the other London teams were losing,
Yeah.
and you could have argued maybe this current group of Tottenham players are the best.
I mean, what I
they've had.
love with Spurs is they got a mix of homegrown talent plus you can spend a little bit of money,
Yeah.
but it's a good mix and it's
They
nice
are
to
going to
see.
lose. They are going to lose a few players though.
Yeah.
Talked to Vertonghen leaving.
Alderweireld.
Yeah, Toby Alderweireld. Yeah.
But Davison Sanchez, he was incredible.
Yeah,
That's
that's
really
true.
good, yeah.
It's a really good prospect and he's
Mhm.
definitely become a
Only
top center
21.
back. Yeah.
So we predicted that one. You said.
Yeah,
Because-
so it finished 3-1 for Spurs. So my prediction, I thought it was going to be 1-0 Chelsea. Liam thought it would be 1-1.
Mhm.
But out of all people,
Mystic was.
Mystic
he
was.
predicted a 2-1 victory for Spurs. Slightly off, but he got the right.
You got that right.
You've
team.
heard of Mystic Mac, now you got Mystic Waz. So
Yeah, we're keeping track of these predictions every week, and
Mhm.
it'll be on our Twitter and also on our SoundCloud.
Yeah.
We'll have it up there.
So should we talk about the other predictions we
Yeah,
had
let's
last
get
week?
that out of the way.
All right, so let's talk about their Klassiker.
Yeah.
Dortmund versus Bayern.
I did not,
Clash of German Titans.
I did not do well here.
So if you didn't get to see the game, Bayern rotted Dortmund 6-0.
Before you say what my prediction was, let me give reason here. Dortmund were a young, exciting team, attacking power and everything. I thought, maybe going against a slower back line without Manuel Neuer, maybe they could do something. But then I didn't call into question Robert Lewandowski, Frank Ribery, Arjen Robben, James Rodriguez, and weirdly, Dortmund's terrible defense. And yet 6-0 was the result.
5-0 by halftime, by the way.
Yes.
Oh my
With a
goodness.
disallowed goal. Don't forget that.
So if you can tell, Liam predicted a Dortmund win.
Yeah.
But Woz and I both predicted a Bayern win.
Intelligently.
I predicted 2-1. Woz was a lot closer with the 3-0 prediction. But it's really interesting. Can Dortmund come back from this
I
for
don't
next
know.
season?
There'll be a new coach.
Yeah, Stuger is not going to be there next
There'll be
season.
some new players. There'll be some ones getting in the boot.
Yeah, they need to find a new philosophy because
Start
when
fresh.
they had Tuchel, they knew how they were going to play.
Mhm.
But with this year it just isn't as clear.
They're still kind of living off that Jurgen Klopp dream era, and they're not that anymore.
Yeah.
I feel like if they still had Tuchel, they'd be a lot better, but
Oh, that was
I
a
mean,
fantastic coach.
he's a good coach, but things just didn't work out.
Yeah.
So
He-
that's the business of the
you
game.
look at when Klopp was in charge, the players they had coming through their youth academy,
Mhm.
like the ones they were signing, they're not going out and finding the next Lewandowski. Where will they find?
they
that
are
talent?
trying to. They have a lot of young players in their
Yeah.
team. Like
Christian Pulisic, when I was watching that game, Christian Pulisic, the young American winger, was the only Dortmund player actually running at Bayern Munich.
we'll just
Continue it.
Yeah, we'll just continue to just talk about it for like another minute because I'll talk about some of the younger players that I didn't get to mention because there are like
Yeah.
three I want to mention at least. And then yeah, we can look at the table because let me just do some quick math, see if Bayern. So Bayern are up by 17 points, 6 games left, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So if they win their next game, I think they win the Bundesliga.
It's free quick maths.
Welcome to the nest. What can I get
So
you
Man
today?
City and Bayern can clinch the Bundesliga next weekend. Incredible
All
scenes.
right, boys, bring it in.
And then after we finish Bundesliga, we'll go to our last prediction of Juve and Milan.
Well, you're going to need an extra table to fit all that food.
Enjoy a variety of vegetarian
Woz's
and
photos
vegan
just
options,
still so
including appetizers, salad,
I
entrees,
just
and
love this.
pizza at the Nest Tap House and Grill. Visit the Nest
Okay, we're going back on.
Friday on the South.
So Christian Pulisic, you're saying?
Yeah, more young players at Dortmund. Lucas wanted to talk about.
Yeah, so I think they do still have a good future.
No
It's just
doubt.
they need to find the right coach. They still have guys like Alexander Isak, who's a I think 18-year-old Swedish striker.
Swedish wonder kid.
Yeah, he was talked about
Zlatan.
last year going to Real Madrid. Dortmund got him.
Mhm.
Hasn't played too much yet. There's also Jadon Sancho, 17-year-old Englishman they got from Manchester City.
He's actually very
That's
good.
different having an Englishman in the
Yeah,
Bundesliga.
going to Germany. There's a few of them though that
Yeah.
have gone over, and it's good to see Dortmund having those young players. I hope they can find a coach and a system that can grow them and make them into the next Royce and
Or just bring them back to like what they used to be.
Yeah,
It's around 2010, 2011, 2012. They were just
in the Champions League final.
yeah. It
and
was
now they're
beautiful to see them play.
6-0 against Bayern Munich.
Oh,
It's an exciting
man.
squad.
I feel like if they keep those two players that I mentioned, also there's also Sergi Gomez who came from
Mhm.
Barcelona's youth academy, very promising players. If they stay and develop and get playing time, maybe we can see another 2012 season from Dortmund.
Yeah, and Dortmund still have a lot of interest. People want to go play in Dortmund because of the fan base and because of
in the
history.
stadium.
And they
Yeah.
usually play nice football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they can attract those young talented players to come to them rather than going to Madrid
I
or
mean,
Barcelona.
one of the things with Dortmund is like Marco Reus hasn't been the same just because injuries, right?
Yeah.
Mario Götze has also been. Not that,
Injuries.
he hasn't become the player that he was supposed to be because
Yeah.
of injuries and some metabolism
Yeah.
illness he ran into. So, and he was like destined to become probably top 3 players in the world at one point. That's why he went to Bayern.
Yeah, the system that was there at the time, the system he was in just really worked for him.
Luckily for him, he has that amazing memory of winning the World Cup for his
Yeah.
country. So
Yeah.
his career has been all right.
But with the downturn of Dortmund, they have to be careful of RB Leipzig, who also have a young team that are uprising and
Yeah.
I mean,
Lots of money behind them.
Schalke has also got a good squad.
yeah, a great coach there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually these Bundesliga teams have good young talent. It's just Bayern come in.
I
it's like,
really like the Bundesliga and their coaches
Yeah.
they find in the young players. They seem to have a good academy and a good system.
Just
in the
Bayern
league.
has that monopoly.
And then, but it transpires into their national team.
Yeah.
Like, look how many players will be in this World Cup that don't play for Bayern Munich. Right?
Mhm.
There'll be like Timo Werner
Mm-hmm.
can score goals any day. Like that guy is fantastic.
And then there's also Goretzka, who, funny enough, is going to Bayern, but he's
Yeah,
currently at
yeah.
Schalke. He's a great player.
Yeah.
So let's move on to our last prediction we had last week. So it was Juve versus Milan.
Mhm.
But before we get to that, Napoli tied Sassuolo over the
Bad,
weekend.
bad.
Ooh,
Now
that's not good.
4 points behind Juventus in the
Yeah.
table. As-
Unfortunately, I think that's the end of Napoli's title dream.
I
not
wouldn't.
just
I
yet.
wouldn't count them out yet. You know, I think it can happen. This is the world of football.
This is Juventus, and they're classy and experienced, and they know how to win.
Still 8 games left. You never know.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to take it.
Juventus are still in the Champions League, right?
Oh yeah,
If they're focused.
with Juventus, with their experienced players, like I said, plus they have young players like Dybala coming in and everything. I think they're just
Well,
gonna finish off that
let's be
lead.
honest. We should have expected. No, Milan should have had a better performance.
Should have, but
You think Gattuso could have pulled something out of there?
but you look at the Arsenal leg,
Yeah, true.
they didn't show up there, so that says to me
I mean,
maybe these players are not.
Paducci scored a great header, but
Yeah.
Dybala scored an even better strike.
Yeah,
Inside the box. Oh, beautiful.
You look at these, maybe Milan players aren't what they should be. They don't have that heart in them to
Yeah.
go out and get that fight.
They still have that fight. It's not like they played badly against Juventus. During when it was 1-1, Çalhanoğlu had a strike from distance that hit the crossbar.
Mhm.
If it hit the underside of the crossbar, could have been a different game.
I'm a big fan of him actually. I think he's a player that could have gone to a bigger team. Honestly.
He struggled in the first half this season, but
Yeah.
under Gattuso, he's just like another fire.
He has weird ears though. His
Çalhanoğlu?
ears are upside down. His earlobes are on the top.
Oh, he
of his
matters.
head.
He scores bangers of free
I know, but
kicks.
he's got weird
In the
ears.
Bundesliga, he was scoring from half.
Yeah.
Against Dortmund. Bad things happen to Dortmund for some reason.
But Liam,
Unfortunately.
you think Juventus has this title sealed?
Yeah, I gotta say so. I gotta say the league is done.
Well, what do you think?
I don't think so.
You think
There's
there's
still a couple games left. Anything can happen.
you still have that belief?
Yeah, honestly,
Yes,
just
I do too.
until the last game, the fight's still on.
All right. So, but that Juve Milan game ended 3-1, and I predicted 3-0. Liam predicted 3-0. But Woz, you chose 2-2.
Expected some fight out of Milan.
So close to a perfect week for you, but
Yeah,
not
no.
quite. And that leaves our table looking like this. We got 2 points for Woz and I. Liam, you're in third because
Mhm.
you only got 1 right
Yeah.
this week.
Yeah, I really messed up on that.
Did
part.
Celtic win at least?
Yes, we did.
Comfortably?
Yeah, it was 3-0.
For those who don't know, Liam Peace is a massive Celtic supporter.
Seen them a few times, gone to the
So,
stadium.
lucky.
Going again this summer,
Oh,
actually. yeah.
God.
Hopefully catch a
football
Champions
cathedral.
League one, yeah.
So should we go into our predictions for next?
I think we should talk about the small big cup final. That was the
Oh.
French cup final.
Okay, but before I talk about that, let me ask you guys this. So guess this player. He has 19 goals this season, 17 assists in 38 matches. Who am I talking about?
Timothy Weah.
No. What teams he played for?
He plays for PSG.
Would it be Di Maria?
Nope. It's the boy Kylian Mbappe.
Okay,
Oh,
fair
beautiful.
enough,
He had the man of the match performance against his old club Monaco. 3 assists. I think people just forget how good he is for his
yeah.
age.
He's
I
outstanding.
can't wait to see him at the World Cup.
Oh,
I am so
can't wait to see
excited
the
for that.
entire French team
I
at the
know.
World Cup.
He's so good.
Yeah, he is, yeah.
It's incredible.
Where would you put him up as the top French? Against young starlets or?
He's definitely the best one now.
Oh, not only is he the best young French player, I think he's one of the best French players all around. He would be my starting right winger.
Who's your
100%.
top 3 of those French players be right now?
Okay, so if it was before this season, I thought Ousmane Dembele was better, but he hasn't really played too much because of injuries. So
Yeah.
I would put definitely Mbappe number 1. I still think Dembele number
Yeah.
2. Then number 3, I gotta go. It's tough. I'm
Would you
gonna go
put
with
Griezmann
Lamar.
in that bracket, or is he a little bit too? He's aged now.
too old?
I think he's 26.
I
now.
think-
How old is Paul Pogba? Pogba's not even that old.
I was around 24. Oh.
He's not even that old.
Griezmann's 27.
Okay.
Pogba is 25.
So, I mean, yeah, I guess both of those guys would still be too old for that young.
You know who's third on the list? Anthony Martial. He's
you know,
I
kind
think-
of.
I think he's almost at that pinnacle.
I think
he's almost at that level.
his first season at United put him on such a high pedestal.
Yeah.
I don't think he's lived up to the same level. Maybe that's Mourinho. Maybe that's just him.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just him under Mourinho. He hasn't flourished as he could. I definitely think he deserves more playing
he's
time.
very talented.
He's got
extremely
amazing
talented,
dribbling.
yeah.
He's got great finishing and great pace. It's just,
Mhm.
he's so fun to watch.
With France and their friendly during Wednesday, they played against Russia. They had Mbappe, Dembele, and Martial as their front 3.
Yeah.
How exciting would that be?
And
Yeah.
Pogba scored in that game too, so that was
Yeah.
good.
And he dedicated his goal to his dad.
Really?
Passed away a
Okay.
year ago to that day.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful.
But going back to the Coupe de la Ligue final,
Great French there, I like that.
It's the French League final.
Yeah, the French Cup final, yeah.
it's kind of disappointing seeing Monaco not competing too much, but it is understandable.
It's understandable. The money the PSG has, just they trounced that league. Plus, Monaco sold majority of their great players, except
Including-
Falcao.
Yeah.
Including Mbappe too.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then there's rumors of Fabinho potentially going to PSG next summer,
Mhm.
as well as maybe Pjanic as well. And a goalkeeper.
Who's the Monaco winger that Man City want?
Monaco winger? I don't think.
Lamar.
I don't think Man City wanted him. I think it was Liverpool and Arsenal wanted him.
Okay. I can see him definitely
It's
leaving.
okay,
Yeah.
they still have Camille Glick. The
Yeah,
Polish rock.
yeah. He's actually pretty good.
He's a good
He's
center
slow.
back. Yeah,
He's
but
good,
that's close center back.
yeah, pretty much.
With PSG, there was an article coming from RMC this week saying that their next manager is someone who currently is active and with a release clause in their contract. So they pointed out to Mauricio Pochettino, Diego Simeone, and Sergio Conceição from Porto.
Antonio Conte.
He's not going
Hey.
to PSG apparently.
I think he's, if the money's right, I think he's more
Just
than
go,
happy to
because right now Chelsea are in shambles.
they're in a mess of a
Yeah,
half.
it's crazy how they went from such an amazing season last year to this.
But you look at the Mourinho season.
Yeah,
In
that's
the
true.
league, in the next league, the next year they were 6.
So is that a Chelsea problem, you think?
It has to be.
It's something about their mentality that they
Some of the players they
get
have.
complacent, or they just. I think a lot of their players don't take it as seriously as some of the
Maybe.
other teams. And I don't think Hazard is in it as much as another striker for another team would be.
I feel like with rumors of Tuchel becoming their manager, I feel like they should become young, get rid of some of those players.
Yeah.
Keep players like Azpilicueta and Willian because they are
Mm-hmm.
the key to their team. They always put in good performances.
Yeah.
Would you sell Hazard
The right price.
if the money's right?
If the
Yeah.
money's right, yeah. I'd definitely get rid of some of the players, like almost anyone in that midfield except for Conte.
Here's a shocker I'll send you. I think I could see Angel Di Maria working really well up front for Chelsea.
Yeah,
Though.
but would he want to go back to England? So as
money's
soon as
right.
he plays in a United Chelsea match, he's getting heckled.
Yeah.
He's gonna be.
I don't know. I can just see him doing really well, up front there with William or.
No.
If
Willian's
Hazard-
also a very good player. I feel.
Oh,
He's
extremely
a-
I think he's their best player.
Yeah, probably.
Even during this bad season with Mourinho, he always gave 100% every time.
It's gonna be exciting to see him with Brazil in the World Cup.
That Brazil team is really
It's gonna,
good.
if Neymar is back and healthy, yeah.
Gabriel Jesus up front.
Oh, my days.
That's another young player that is just outstanding.
Is he injured right now though? Right?
No,
No, he's
Oh
back.
wow.
Yeah, he
okay.
scored on the weekend.
He's back. There's a picture of him actually during the World Cup in Brazil, painting the streets
Huh.
green and yellow. And now, come this next World Cup, he will be the starter for the
Beautiful.
Brazil national team.
Good.
It's a rags to riches
That's
story.
that's the striker they need, not Fred from last World Cup.
Fred.
Jeez.
So let's move into some some newsworthy headlines here.
All right, what do you got?
Well, we already touched on the Manchester City versus United derby going up. Can City win the title at Old Trafford, or will Mourinho's park the bus method
We will park the bus.
just hold them back?
I think City's got it. Oh, I don't know. They might not try their best because they do have Champions League games in between.
Mhm.
But then again, winning the title on your rival's turf,
It'd be so good.
it'd be
Yeah,
too hard to turn down.
that's-
Shall we make a few predictions for this, or should we wait for after the next commercial?
No, we can do it now.
Okay.
All right, so we'll just do predictions for Derby week.
Derby week. There's your tweet right there. So Man City United was.
I want to go with United win 2-1.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Mourinho's gonna park it. Although it's gonna be a close game. I want to see a blowout because it'd be kind of funny, but I think it's gonna be a 1-0 victory for City.
Actually, can I take that back?
Of course.
1-1 draw. That's just
draw.
safe. That's just safe.
Okay,
I
so
don't want
1-1 draw for you. 1-0 for City.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go 2-1 City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's go into the next game of Derby week. We got Everton versus Liverpool, the
Hopefully
Merseyside
I hope I
Derby.
do better on these predictions.
All right. So Everton currently are 9th place. Liverpool 3rd place. Everton coming off poor performance
But it's Merseyside, you know.
Yeah.
The derby's always different.
Is it in Anfield?
It's at Goodison Park.
Goodison.
Okay, 2-0
But they're
Liverpool.
literally the stadiums are 100 meters away from each other.
Yeah, I'll go 2-0 Liverpool. If it's at Anfield, I'd say 4-0.
I'm gonna say Big Sam's gonna try to do the same thing like he did at Anfield, park it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Liverpool will score, Everton will come close, but Liverpool will win 2-0.
Yeah, 2-0.
What was yours? 2-0?
2-0.
Fine, I'll be different. I'll go 3-0. 3-0 Liverpool.
I mean, to be honest, if Spurs can beat Chelsea,
No,
at
I'm changing
Stamford
it. Sorry, 3-1. 3-1
There you go.
Liverpool.
See, like,
There you go.
Alright. So anything else you want to add to that game?
I don't think Everton are the team they should be yet. They have some money behind them. They need to go out and buy the right players for the system. They wasted money that they brought
Oh.
in.
Yeah, they were
Wow.
awful
Yeah.
transfer window. Woz, you thought they were...
I thought they made some quality signings.
I remember finding a text message
Yeah,
between you and
yeah.
and I said I wasn't having any of that.
Yeah.
But let's move on to the next game of Derby Week.
Mhm.
This game is a little earlier than those games. It's before the Champions League games. It's the Milan Derby.
Ooh.
Where's it at? Do you know?
Well, they both play at the
Oh, I
San
guess,
Siro.
yeah.
But
That's
so
exciting.
currently Inter are 4th place in the Champions League spots. Milan are 8 points behind them with 50 points.
Mhm.
Can Gattuso pull it off, or will it be a victory for Spalletti's side?
I'm gonna go first here. Really boring. 0-0.
Boo.
Sorry. I don't trust them.
I'll go 1-0 Inter.
Enter.
Yeah.
I think Gattuso's got something up his sleeve. I think he's gonna. Oh, actually, Cardi's on good scoring form. They scored during the weekend, 4 goals 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna say 1-1.
So 1-1, 1-0, and 0-0. Okay, let's finish off these predictions.
All right, the big game. Well, it depends what you think is the big game, because you could be from Italy and think that's the big
Yeah,
game.
fair
But
enough.
we got the Madrid derby, Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid.
Oh.
Currently, Atletico Madrid 67 points, with Real Madrid on 63 points. Really close in the table. Both are in European competitions. What do you guys think is going to happen?
Is it at Bernabeu?
It's at
The one-
Real Madrid Stadium.
Wanda Metropolis.
Yeah, that's-
whatever
Yeah,
it
the
is.
Bernabeu. The Bernabeu.
Okay.
Who's been in better form?
Oh, both teams are in good
Both
form.
are okay, actually.
But I thought both teams are coming off victories, but both have to prepare for
Yeah,
European matches.
yeah.
I'll go 3-0 Real Madrid.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
Okay, Woz.
Watch him get it spot on.
Can you explain, please?
Here, I'll give you 5 bonus points. Who scores the goals?
Ronaldo.
All of them?
I'll
Ronaldo
go
hat
2.
trick?
Ronaldo brace.
Okay, okay.
And then maybe a big goal from Marcelo.
Wow.
Okay. I feel like. Oh, yeah. I think I have to agree with Woz with Real Madrid winning. I think it's going to be a 2-1 victory for Real Madrid. I feel like Madrid are hitting their peak, and
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
Ronaldo's probably having the best form maybe of his career. I don't know right now.
He's in really good form.
Yeah, so it's scary.
I will go. Part of me wants to say Atletico, but my sensible side says don't take a risk on these predictions. You did it last week, it didn't work off. I am gonna say. I'll say 2-1 for Real Madrid.
okay.
Both goals coming from Isco.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Good count.
So that is Derby week for you
I
guys.
think I heard a rumor where there's a transfer rumor somewhere. I don't know why. It's like United swap Martel for Isco. And I said that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
Why would Real Madrid? Cause I saw
Why?
one who was saying Isco was going to Manchester City. Why would Real Madrid give up such a young, exciting,
The same thing with
homegrown
United.
talent?
The same. Oh, he's not homegrown.
Came from Malaga.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's a Spanish
Yeah,
talent,
that's
so I
fair.
mean,
All right. Yeah. But, I mean, Martel is just outstanding player. I love him.
Well, I don't know. Madrid do have players in their midfield right now because they don't really play the traditional 4-2-3-1. I don't think. Kind of more of a. Zidane switches it up. Sometimes you see a 4-4-2. Sometimes you do see a 4-3-3.
So if we're saying Real Madrid does not win La Liga, we're also saying, what if he does not win Champions League? Is Zidane still in a job?
I think so. You can't just. Well, that's Real Madrid.
It's
Never
Real
mind.
Madrid.
Florentino Perez, you know, he's fired coaches for winning leagues before. It's ridiculous sometimes.
It's awful. I don't like the way they run things at Real Madrid. I mean, they win titles, but it's just.
We're not here to make friends. But I don't know. But so if Zidane's out of a job, let's say come summer, does he get another job or does he just go to the French national team?
Maybe I'd say if I was Zidane, but I wish I was. I'd go to the French national team.
Because what other clubs could he coach?
He could always go back to his favorite club when he was younger, Marseille.
Juventus, he played there.
Marseille has American ownership. They could potentially.
But I think Marseille is too small for Zizou.
He could be, but maybe Zizou still loves Marseille.
Yeah. Maybe go coach the Algerian national team because he was born in Algeria.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, you read the Nugget this week?
Cool.
Always do.
I was paying attention.
Yeah.
I try, but I don't always grab one.
Was this recorded? Okay. I thought I was hearing noises.
Yeah, he did make a noise.
The Nugget is
Maybe it was like autofocus.
Okay, so that was our predictions.
Yeah.
Are we going to go into more headlines now?
I think we're drying up on stuff.
Not really.
There's still Champions League this week.
Oh yeah, perfect. Thank God.
I could just send you guys pictures of the predictions of the Europa League and Champions League onto your phones, and we can see if you guys have any different opinions now after this. Oh, we didn't talk about Sevilla Barcelona.
Is that also a prediction one?
No, it wasn't. But
Oh, the game, yeah. Okay, Sevilla Barcelona.
Yeah.
And then Champions League predictions, you said? Or?
well, we already made predictions for
Yeah.
that, but I'll send you guys the pictures and we can discuss Champions League in general because it is this week.
Yeah.
Plus, the Shane Clausen Show gives you everything you want to know about sport. Bringing you weekly recaps from the world of sport. From football.
I sent you guys the pictures.
And the hottest takes in basketball. Man, come at the ball. Tune in to the Shane Clausen Show, Saturday from 1 to 2 on NR92.
I like Shane Clausen.
NR92
Back at 43.
So let's just Sevilla Barcelona because Barcelona were at risk of their undefeated streak ending.
And then we can go into, is Messi still the king of Spain or is Ronaldo better than him?
Yeah, because Ronaldo won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
This says Pogba's salary is 50 million a year in pounds.
Pogba?
Holy crap! I was just searching Pogba for his age.
Led by
Makes
punk
a lot of
rock
money.
legend Max Skiba. You may have also heard him as the new voice of Blink 182. But this isn't about Blink 182 on NR92.
Real Madrid. Wow.
I kind of regret predicting 7-2 for Bayern because they looked really good.
The Alkaline Trio on NR92. Your music, your app.
All right, so I think we missed a game over the weekend we were talking about.
Yeah, big one we missed kind of. I don't even miss it. We just kind of pushed it backwards. Sevilla, Barcelona.
Yeah, Barcelona were at risk of having their undefeated run of 36 games.
2-0 Sevilla with 4 minutes left, was it?
It was in the 88th minute when Suarez initially scored.
Yeah, so Suarez pulls one back with a somewhat overhead kick kind of thing in the box.
I thought it was a scorpion kick.
It was just, Suarez kind of flipped around and the ball hit and went in.
It was a little.
It was a good goal, but it wasn't planned.
Didn't Messi score another stunner?
Messi scored a stunner in the 90.
A minute after that goal.
Oh yeah, so this is the 90th minute then. And yeah, the ball came across and he used his god-like left foot, curled it in bottom corner.
Just because Messi's here, he is the greatest player of all time.
Yes.
Technically, yes. He hasn't won a major trophy.
I don't care what anyone says. He is the greatest player of all time.
If he was to lift the Golden World Cup trophy, yes, without a shadow of a doubt, he's the greatest.
No one could say anything against him.
Opinions are my own.
but he has not done it on an international level. So sorry, but he
Okay,
doesn't.
anyways.
Well, if you're listening, what do you think? Who do you think is the best player of all
Ryan.
time? Be interesting to know.
Send us something maybe on one of our Twitters.
Mhm.
Well,
Well, what are our Twitter handles? Mine is Matt Wozniak 08.
at Liam Peace 7.
Then
Mine is at Lucas Chromiak. You spell Chromiak as CHROMIAK.
beautiful.
But anyways, with this game, Barcelona, no, Sevilla, this game, they annoyed me so much during this
Yeah.
game. They had 5 chances where if they made one more pass, they had an easier chance to score. But the players were so greedy.
Yeah, Sevilla, they saw their name up in lights and they forgot about the overall prize.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they wanted the headlines rather than the victory.
I thought Montella set up perfectly. They weren't afraid of Barcelona. And when they had the lead, they were countering them, making so many chances. But when you don't take your chances, when you get too greedy, you just lose your chance.
Yeah, totally.
Well, if only United could have done that, we would be playing Bayern right
No,
now.
you would have lost on away goals either.
Yeah,
No, I mean, why couldn't United just beat Sevilla?
Barcelona didn't beat Sevilla.
it's 2-2, but yeah.
Oh, I thought. Oh, my bad. I should.
No,
Yeah,
it's-
I gotta pay attention, man.
But yeah, Messi's goal was great. I thought the goalie could have done a bit better. He got down quick, but he didn't have a strong enough wrist to push around the post.
Because it wasn't a perfect strike.
It really wasn't.
It was a good strike.
It was a foot off the post, so I think the goalie could have gone there, but
I saw.
still got to give Messi credit for what he does.
I did see a pretty funny photo. It was a picture of Messi behind a glass fire alarm thing, break in case of emergency.
Yeah, honestly, he's the Barcelona get out of jail free card kind of thing.
And when he's gone, what's going to happen to Barcelona? Because such a player like that is impossible.
I
to
would
replace.
rather not think about that just yet. I want to have Messi
There
gets
will
the
come
now.
a day when Ronaldo and Messi are no longer players.
It's okay for Ronaldo's gone. Messi is like magisterial.
Yeah, there'll become a day when we all look back on this going, my God, we lived through one of the greatest ever eras of players.
You could say it's the golden generation of football, but
Well,
you can say that about any generation.
yeah, I think each generation has a player that's had a huge impact on
Yeah.
the
We
game.
have two.
Yeah,
We have two going back and forth at each other.
that's
you know?
what makes this generation so special.
Yeah, totally. Well, let's look at some more of the major European headlines here. Here's a question I posed to you, Lucas, before the show. So Tottenham beat Chelsea,
Yes.
but they get knocked out by Juventus in the Champions League. What could Tottenham do, or who could Tottenham sign to make themselves not only a team that shows up occasionally on big games, but a team that is cemented in Europe as a quality, real team?
It's tough to say because the players that could improve them, they're not willing to pay their wages. They've had struggles with paying players wages for such a long time. With their new stadium, they have to pay a lot of money as well.
I think it was Harry Kane. His wages came out. He was making £150,000 a week. Now, to us, that sounds like a lot of money.
Yeah.
But you compare it to what Wayne Rooney is making at Manchester United,
300K.
300,000.
What Sanchez is making at United.
Yeah.
Yeah,
500K reportedly.
so
What would Harry Kane be making if he was a Manchester United striker? Or what would he be making if he was playing in a different country, right? So,
could you imagine if Spurs still had Bale and Modric? Would they
had Gareth Bale would be insane.
Would they win the title?
No.
I think they would. With Modric and Bale still with this current team.
Their team is still too inexperienced, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
defensively, I don't think they're strong enough.
And especially if they lose Alderweireld or Vertonghen in the
I'm
summer.
actually not a big fan of Luka Modric.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not a huge
Are
fan.
you kidding me?
Technically, he's brilliant.
He's amazing.
I don't like him because he's not a physically imposing midfielder.
Since Xavi and Iniesta have lost their magic, he's been the best midfielder in the world, next to Toni Kroos. Because Real Madrid just have the best midfield in the world. Well, they did last year. This year, maybe, I don't know. But Kroos and Modric are just instrumental. They are amazing. Modric is just.
Are they instrumental? Of course.
I almost bought a Modric jersey at one point because he's amazing.
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm saying he's not my go-to center midfielder pick.
Oh, really?
He wouldn't.
For me, it's either him or Kroos.
I'd have Toni Kroos over him.
Maybe I don't know. That's hard
What
to say.
about David
but
Silva? He's doing
This
fantastic
season, yeah,
this
but
season.
Kevin De Bruyne as
Yeah,
well.
De Bruyne.
Is De Bruyne more of a center mid or attacking mid?
Pep plays him
He can play wherever he
deeper,
wants.
plays him at
True.
higher. It's his choice.
But I mean, I'm a big fan of Luka
Even-
Modric. He's
How about your Paul Pogba? I thought he'd be above
the way he's
Luka Modric.
under Mourinho. He hasn't done as much as I'd like him to do.
But no, under Matthew Wozniak, the manager.
Yes, yes. I think my dream midfield would be Pogba, Modric, and Cruz.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Too soft in that midfield.
I would have to think about it. I don't know. I'd have a pretty soft midfield too, because
Maybe that's something we can do for next show. We can make like our dream 11 of players that play today.
yeah, we could do
Something
that.
we could do, yeah.
It's topic next
Actually,
week.
I'm gonna back that up. Modric, Pogba, and Conte.
And I like him. I like me some N'Golo
I feel
Conte.
like he's like improving his game. He's not just the guy who wins the ball in the midfield.
He's actually a ball player now.
yeah, it's really good to see.
It is no longer the Makelele role. It is the
Claude Makelele.
it is the
Yeah.
Conte role now.
That Chelsea team was fantastic.
Alberta extends the
Claude
commission
Makelele.
That was a good
to the post-secondary
sign up.
schools.
Or switch.
Yeah, we have something to talk about next week. Oh, the Soccer Sunday promotions.
Yeah, I put that in. I just tossed it in there.
Okay.
All that and more on
This
Nate's
is Championship.
Every Friday, find a
Yeah.
student perspective on
Should
news,
we
sports, and entertainment.
Change our predictions or no? Are they what they are?
News Watch, the next generation.
If we have, is there anything you want to change?
Hey, when's that Ooks hockey game?
Saturday night, 9 o'clock.
When is that welding workshop?
Next Tuesday. Hey, is the nest open right now? Why, yes.
Because Juventus aren't missing as many players as I first thought.
Yeah, I think I want to change Juventus Madrid and I also want to change Liverpool City.
Is that
Okay.
career fair happening?
Don't say what it
No,
is
that
yet.
was last week.
I might want to change.
Well, we'll talk about the Champions League games, and I'll go. So, on our predictions last week, we said this. And if you want to change anything, and if yes or no, we can go from that.
It's funny, Mr. Malcolm listens to our show.
That's it.
I think he always favors our tweet.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
7 p.m. where the boys at NR92 give you match recaps.
This was a show.
Plus, they'll even give you a preview of upcoming 2018 World Cup in Russia. Soccer Sunday.
Hi, my name's Adam. Oh, we're gonna go on. So we're going into predictions.
Well, yes and no. We're going to talk about Champions League.
Perfect.
So the upcoming tie is there.
Got some beautiful games coming up this week, so
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them.
very
Let's
excited.
start with Barcelona and Roma.
We made our Champions predictions already.
We
right?
did,
Yeah.
yes. I think we're going to change a few of them
Mhm.
because, again, I made some very bold decisions.
And the games haven't happened yet, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and with the latest week happening, we saw teams change and how they could perform, and we're second guessing ourselves a little bit here.
So let's discuss Barcelona-Roma.
Yeah,
Roma, they tied over the weekend, but likely they wanted to rest their team for the Barcelona match. And Barcelona having a great comeback, but they put a lot of energy to that
Yeah.
game.
Lucas, you predicted 4-3 for Barcelona.
Mhm.
Are you staying with it or are you changing
I'm
it?
staying with that. I think Roma are going to push Barcelona to the limit.
Okay, Woz, you said 5-2 Barcelona. Keeping or changing?
I'll keep it.
I said 4-1 Barcelona. I'm keeping that one as well.
Yeah. Barcelona will likely win, but
Yeah.
Just want to quickly say I want to give a shout out to the young lad Adam Walker Pope who's currently listening to the show. He tweeted at me saying, "If you haven't already talked about Zlatan in his return, well,
We talked about
yeah,
Zlatan.
very early in the show, but we'll post the show on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
so
you can listen to that if anyone wants to.
Definitely.
Yeah. So let's move into the next leg. Sevilla and Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich. We talked about Bayern Munich and Sevilla.
What was my prediction?
So
You had 4-2 for Bayern Munich.
6-2.
Really?
I mean,
Wow.
after that smashing of Dortmund.
But how was Sevilla bringing Barcelona to the brink?
Yeah, but I mean, come on. Let's be honest. Bayern Munich, they're
So
on
you're changing
fire.
that to 6-2.
Yeah, I think they could just do a throttling.
I'm gonna bring it down.
You had 7-2.
Yeah, I didn't realize Sevilla actually were ready for these type of games still.
Mhm.
Like they played well against United, but they
Yeah.
looked great against Barcelona. If they just were less greedy, but we already talked about that. But I'm gonna go 4-2 for Bayern.
So you're gonna take the spot of Woz there.
Yes.
I had 3-2 Bayern Munich. I think I'm going to keep that one. I think
Okay.
so. I think Sevilla will push
I
him
mean-
to the edge, but I don't think they'll be.
I think it either could be a close game or just a throttling by Bayern.
Well, you're saying you've gone insane with your guess, I'm sure.
I mean, I've made some crazy predictions in the past that
Yeah,
have
so
come
you
true.
can-
Some of them have been true, yeah.
So,
Did you predict the Germany-Brazil game?
no, I said, well, no, I didn't predict the score. I just said, Brazil is going to get dismantled.
And then 7-1 happened.
Yeah, and like, well, I'm somewhat right, I guess. And then,
I remember tweeting at you like you were right.
and then it was that World Cup where it was Germany versus Portugal, and we're watching in the cafeteria, and you guys made all your predictions like close to 1. I'm like, it's gonna be 4-0. It ended 4-0. I'm like, I had so much confidence in Germany that World Cup. Like, they could do it
Yeah,
all.
they were a good team.
So
next next tie. Wow, I really messed that one up. Juventus and Real Madrid.
All right, so I had 4-2 for Real Madrid. I think it's gonna be. I'm gonna keep with that.
You keep 4-2.
what was my?
Woz, you had 3-2 Juventus.
I'll keep it.
You keep
Yeah.
it? I had 5-2 Real Madrid. I'm gonna change that to 3-1 for Real Madrid.
Okay. We'll keep
Yeah.
note of that.
And the last one, we all went kind of crazy on this one. Manchester City and Liverpool. Woz, you had 4-3 for Liverpool over Man City. Changing what you
I want to say 3-3 and Liverpool go through penalties.
3-3 for, okay.
Let's give Lucas something to.
Well, this is your prediction because you know.
No, I know.
These predictions they go through.
I know,
the
but
table.
you'd
Yeah.
likely have a heart attack.
I might have a heart attack during that game.
Yeah, depending on what it
So.
is. Okay, so Lucas, you said 5-5 Liverpool going through on penalties.
I think we'll do it. I think
You're keeping it?
I'm gonna keep it.
5-5. Oh my days.
I had 6-6 Liverpool
I would have
going
a heart
through on
attack
away
during that.
goals.
6-6.
That'd be crazy. I'm changing that one though, because I don't think. Well, I mean, those two teams can score goals whenever, but. What did you change yours to?
3-3 Liverpool on penalties.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4-3 for Liverpool. That's what I'm going with.
All right, so
We're all picking Liverpool, which is the underdog.
Yeah.
That's.
we're being bold here, right?
We are being bold, but I think it just says that we all kind of have a soft spot for Liverpool.
For me, it's hard to make a prediction like this because I don't like either team. But
Yeah.
Liverpool's a good heart and soul club, which I admire.
Yeah.
And City is just oil money.
Qatar.
So yeah, I'm not a big fan of how they built their club to what it is today.
Yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Should we talk about Europa League ones?
Yeah, let's have a quick look. Should we change our predictions for this?
I'm gonna leave it because I don't know
Yeah,
much
let's leave
about
them.
this
Let's leave
game,
them.
Yeah.
So just a recap here for the first one, Leipzig and Marseille.
Yeah, Leipzig, fantastic team.
Yeah, Lucas, you had 3-0. Woz, you had 4-1, and I had 3-1. All for Leipzig to go through. I'm confident that I think Leipzig are a really, really strong team.
They're one of the favorites to win this competition.
Yeah.
Another favorite, Arsenal. They're playing CSKA Moscow. Lucas, you had 4-2. Woz, you had 5-0. Bold. And I had 2-1. All, again, for Arsenal to go through.
Yeah.
I think I would like to change that one, but I'm not going to. I'm going to stick with it.
Arsenal, they're not in good form.
Yeah, I just think going away to Russia is a really tough place to go.
It is, but that second leg in Russia is this.
Mm-hmm.
It might be done by that. You never know.
It could be 5-0 by that time, right?
Yeah.
And Atletico Madrid and Sporting, we all had close matches for this one.
Yeah.
Like 2-2, Atletico goes through by pens for Woz, 3-2 for Liam, 2-0 for my prediction. Maybe we're not giving Atletico Madrid enough credit.
Or maybe we're giving Sporting too much credit.
Yeah, possibly.
I think Sporting's a good team, but I don't know if they're good enough to go toe-to-toe with Atletico.
I just feel like Sporting are going to go really defensive, but
Oh, probably. But they do have some people who can score goals as well.
yeah, Bastos too.
Mm-hmm.
He can score goals in bunches.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what his form has been like recently. I know a couple of years ago he was in incredible form.
Mm-hmm. You had Atletico going through on penalties. Do you really think they'll go all the way to penalties?
Who are they playing again?
Sporting. Are you listening to this conversation? or
Sorry, I was
no?
looking at soccer Reddit, looking at some fun facts.
My God.
I apologize.
But okay,
So we'll go on to the last
let's
game.
go. Let's
Yeah.
just keep
So
going.
Lazio versus Red Bull Salzburg, the other RB team in this competition. So I went with a RB Salzburg win in penalties. Woz, you went with a Lazio win 3-1, and Liam,
Good
you went
sign.
with a Salzburg win 4-3.
Yeah.
It's tough because we don't really get to see Salzburg play that often.
Yeah, we don't get to see them except in European games.
But, like, I hear so much about their young midfield, and it kind of gets me a little excited.
Yeah, I think they're. I was gonna say I think they're one of those exciting teams that people have high hopes for, but let's just see if they can live up to expectations.
Mhm.
And like you could see it go either way because Lazio are a strong team.
Yeah, I mean, all these European games could go either way because on the day, the team could show up and really put in a good performance. It's just interesting to see if they will, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is that wrapping it up for Soccer
No,
Sunday?
we can still go for a little bit
We're
more.
still
Yeah.
going.
Any fun facts we'd like to discuss?
Should we talk about Zlatan again?
I think we.
Oh,
Nah,
we
this-
did have Zlatan for today.
I mean, you can never get enough of Zlatan, but looking at soccer Reddit, there's some fun facts. Man City's final possession figure of 82.13% against Everton is the highest by the wayside in a single Premier League match since records begun in 03-04.
Just
This shows how clinical they are.
Yeah.
and also how maybe poor Everton are.
Well,
maybe.
yeah.
Robert Lewandowski has now twice as many goals as the second best goal scorer in Bundesliga, which is, for anyone listening that does not know what the Bundesliga is, it is the German Premier League. And the second best goal scorer is Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who left the league 2 months ago. Like,
That was a good radio announcer voice from Woz.
Yeah, Robert Lewandowski, man,
Just a goal-scoring machine.
a hat-trick against Dortmund on the weekend.
Is he better than Suarez?
right now, yes.
So we're saying he's the best striker
he
in the
is
world?
I think
he
he's
is
better than Suarez and Kane.
He
Oh,
is
100%
everything
better than
I've always wanted to become.
Yeah,
So,
he's probably the best Polish striker in this, maybe.
He's
ever.
the best Polish player ever.
Yeah, you could
honest-
argue that. If
but-
he has a good World Cup, then easily.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's a Barcelona fact. They've gone 37 consecutive games without losing in La Liga. Only one away from Real Sociedad's record in 1980 of 38.
Yeah, Barcelona have had an incredible year. They haven't lost in a long time. I thought Sevilla were going to beat them while watching that
They
game.
should have.
Sevilla were the ones who ended at Real Madrid's 40-game unbeaten run, I think, last season.
Mhm.
So I thought they'd be the killers again.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just speaks volumes of how Barcelona just continue to win.
Mhm.
Messi, they find a way, right?
I don't even think Barcelona this isn't even the best Barcelona
Yeah,
team
honestly,
of the past 5
doesn't
years.
feel like it.
But they might have the best record.
Yeah. I think that the Pep Guardiola team is still better.
Maybe like I don't want to say most exciting, but maybe most consistent.
Yeah, it's definitely not the most exciting because
Yeah.
when they're losing, they sometimes just like play defensively.
Mhm.
They play a little dirty, which some people don't like, but some people it's fresh to see from Barcelona.
Yeah, it's interesting to see some tackles actually go in. When the days of Xavi and Iniesta were just they'd rather pass the ball around you than actually get into your face. Which I mean, to each their own. But as someone who watches the Premier League, I like a good dirty tackle here and there.
Fun quote from Fernandinho. Bernardo Silva is an exceptional guy, a great player. Off the pitch, however, his clothing styles fall a bit short. He arrives to training in his pajamas. It's just too much.
I mean, if it works for him, I mean, go ahead.
He's a great young player.
I mean,
Yeah.
I love lounging in my pajamas on the weekend, but I wouldn't show up to training sessions in it.
Yeah, and just show up to training pajamas with a teddy bear as well.
Yeah, so you know what?
a
When
bowl
you're
of
here to
cereal.
train, you're here to train. And that's one thing I really like about Celtic captain Scott Brown. No matter what the weather is, it's snowing outside, he's wearing his t-shirt and shorts. We're here to play, we're here to get strong, right?
And here's an absurd quote from Mario Balotelli, no surprise. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi are on a different level to everyone else, but I could be in there with Neymar, Antoine Griezmann, and Paulo Dybala. they're only ahead because they've won more. But he's actually won more than both of them. Well,
I mean, Balotelli on his day is a fantastic
Yeah.
striker, but sorry, Mario, you missed the bus on that one.
But Mario, maybe in the future you'll get called up to the Italian
maybe.
match.
I
That'd be
mean,
a start.
a couple of FIFAs ago, he had amazing potential in career mode.
Yeah, I remember like one year he was just normal overall, then suddenly he became the best player in the world
Yeah.
the next year.
If you remember, there's the exact day where Mario Balotelli's career went from being on the up scale to the down scale. It was in the U.S. during Man City's, I think it was a preseason tournament. He's one-on-one with a goalkeeper, and he tries to spin around the ball. I don't even know what he tried to do.
He did some weird, spin
He
back
just
heel
tried
or
to like
something.
spin. He missed the wide open net, and he got yanked off the field by Roberto Mancini, and that was him pretty much done for Man City.
I don't really agree that was the end of him. I think, well, obviously the end of him, because this happened like before the Euros.
Yeah, fair
And
enough.
he had a fantastic Euro championship.
That goal against Germany, oh, he scorched that thing.
One memorable moments of
Mm-hmm.
recent memory.
Yeah.
And it is unfortunate, but he looks like he's on his way up. Potential moves to other Italian clubs.
It's good to see him, he's starting to get back with Nice, and it's a good team for him to go to because he just goes and does his thing. There's no press there to watch him.
Now, there's a funny quote from a player by the name of Liz Arazu. I don't know if anyone's heard of him. Maybe, I think he's a coach. I'm not 100% sure, but he has a quote, and we'll go into this topic on another show, but he simply said, VAR is like sex without pleasure.
Wow.
That's a video technology of replay, so, you know what? Juan Matt would probably agree.
Juan Matt is not a fan of
No,
VAR.
it's going to be interesting how that plays into the World Cup. I know there was a situation in international friendlies where Poland actually scored a goal, and then apparently they didn't have VAR in the friendlies, so they never counted.
They had it in the England-Italy game.
Yeah,
That's
but
weird.
even in the Dortmund, the Bayern Munich game, so I think it was Franck Ribéry had a goal disallowed.
Mhm.
No, it was Lewandowski had a goal disallowed for being offside.
Yeah.
But he was actually onside. And then Ribéry scored a goal 2 minutes after that, went to VAR, clearly he's a yard offside, the goal's given.
Yeah, no, Poland, they scored a goal against Nigeria 2 weeks ago, and clearly online there were pictures that it went over, but apparently VAR was not included in that match, which is odd.
Maybe goal line technology wasn't available for that.
Maybe,
match.
possibly.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, I think FIFA needs to be, this is how it's happening. You either like it or not, but it has to be a good system.
Yeah.
Because they can't ruin the game with technology.
It can't be like how they do in the NHL.
Yeah,
It's kind of, slightly ruined hockey, and we're not going to discuss
If
that on the show.
anyone's ever watched rugby,
Yeah.
they do it right.
Mm-hmm.
They have the referee up in the box, and they
Don't they have a similar system in tennis?
No, that system's more similar to goal line technology, I feel.
yeah.
Because well, I won't get into it though.
that can be next week's topic, maybe.
But-
Yeah.
But yeah, for anyone's interested, go watch some VAR highlights, and you'll see some
Yeah.
outstanding moments.
You just don't want the German's main talking point be about VAR.
Yeah,
You
the
want it to
tournament
be about
has
the
to
players.
focus on the actual players and the great talent, not VAR, not troubles that may happen in the Russia. I don't know. This World Cup is, I think, a very crucial one for FIFA and how they go forward with their business.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's all for Soccer Sunday. We'll be back next weekend, that's for sure. Thank you for tuning in, everybody.
Our
And
predictions next weekend.
remember, as Patrice Evra likes to say,
I love this game. Oh my
thank you for tuning in. See you.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yeah, see you
Happy
next
Easter.
week. And April Fools.
Good show, guys.
That actually went really well with just talking. It was more relaxed, I felt.
We weren't strained with anything. We had enough things to talk. We went overtime.
Yeah. It was more open, It was more just like having a conversation, which I think was better.
Yeah, I agree. Woz, you're gonna try to upload that show tomorrow?
Not tomorrow, Tuesday. So we don't have school tomorrow.
Oh, right.
It actually was good. That was the first one I think we've done that was you know, more laid back.
I liked those quotes thing I was just starting to do.
Yeah.
So that was Soccer Sunday. And
our
hopefully
fourth
we're back.
episode?
Yeah, no, that was our fifth, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no.
I don't think the first one was on SoundCloud. I don't know what happened to it. I got all
They're
the
trying.
girls in the making.
Hey, it's long term.
Yeah.
I might start uploading on YouTube,
Yes.
but I didn't even learn how to edit.
I have a YouTube
It's-
channel.
You do?
Yeah. I haven't posted a single video.
Yeah,
Oh.
I think everybody does nowadays. Like,
Yeah, just show it. Just
All right. Well, any last things you want to say?
I hope my predictions are better this week. The Bayern Munich one really hurt. But yeah, I hope predictions are better, and I hope we have some good results in the derby weekend.
Okay.
I guess that's everything.
Well, anything you want to say?
till next time. Soccer Sunday.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and hope all of you have a great day. See ya.